I can't think of one good reason why billionaires should exist. The human brain tends to underestimate how large 1 billion really is. But let me put it into perspective. 1 million seconds equals 11 days, but 1 billion seconds equals 32 years. Billionaires hoard their wealth. $1 billion is such an incomprehensibly large sum of money that it would be difficult to actually spend it all. Here's a perspective. If you earned $50 million in your lifetime, you would consider yourself rich, right? But you would still be $950 million away from being a billionaire. That's what I mean by hoarding wealth. There is absolutely no reason why someone should hoard more money than they could actually spend in their lifetime, but especially when there are people homeless, starving, and dying of curable diseases. A quote from Time magazine's January of 2019 edition. The world's top 26 billionaires own as much wealth as the world's poorest 3.8 billion people. From June 4th of 2020's Business Insider edition, billionaires made $565 billion during the pandemic. That's an average of $42 billion a week. From WealthX, the Billionaire Census 2020 edition. In 2019, the number of billionaires grew by 8.5% to 2,825 people, an all-time high. And the combined wealth of the world's billionaires reached $8.4 trillion. As of 2020, the United States had 630 billionaires whose combined wealth total equaled $3.5 trillion. From CNBC in May of 2020, according to Forbes magazine, the 400 richest Americans have as much combined wealth as the poorest 64% of American households. What gets me is billionaires don't even earn their wealth. There are only two ways to become a billionaire: inherit it, which is 44% of the world's billionaires, or through cold-blooded, merciless exploitation of the middle and lower classes. If you made $156,000 a year, it would take you 6,410 years to make $1 billion. And if you made the federal minimum wage, it would take you almost 70,000 years to earn $1 billion. And a billionaire doesn't work 70,000 times harder than a janitor. Self-made billionaires acquire their wealth by exploiting the working class. Two examples. Jeff Bezos, CEO of Amazon and the world's richest man, where employees qualify for food stamps can be fired for taking bathroom breaks for his notoriously bad working conditions. He makes more in 1 minute than his warehouse workers earn in a year. Billionaires aren't actually charitable. In May of 2019, Jeff Bezos donated $100 million to Feeding America and made national headlines, but he made a minimum of $215 million that day, and a minimum of that every day after. Bill Gates donated $589 million to charity in 2019. That's 6% of his $98 billion net worth. But even if it's just a tiny fraction of their net worth, aren't hundreds of millions of dollars still doing some good? No, because that wealth they're donating came directly from exploiting the poor. Throwing a tiny fraction of what they stole back to charity doesn't erase that. Billionaires' existence reinforces the conditions necessary for poverty to exist in the workplace. American billionaires paid less in taxes in 2018 than the working class. Just another indicator that one of the biggest problems we face as Americans is only getting worse. From Business Insider's October 9th, 2019 edition, in 2018, billionaires paid 23% of their income in federal, state, and local taxes, where the average American paid 28%. Billionaires are a threat to democracy, excerpted from The Hidden Billionaires by Megan Day. Billionaires are some of the most important political figures in the country, but they are unelected, which means the public has no direct way of holding them accountable. They devote massive amounts of money to cutting government programs and slashing taxes on corporations and the rich, against the wishes of the majority of Americans. But when speaking publicly, they almost always say things that the American would broadly agree with, or something to make them look better, something to make their image look better. One of their primary defenses against public outrage is the prevailing impression that many of them are good-hearted, charitable, and have the interest of the general public in mind. Billionaires are self-interested, and they go to great lengths to promote their own well-being over the well-being of others. And billionaires don't give a fuck. Mike Bloomberg could donate $20 billion tomorrow to end homelessness in America, and the next day he would still have $28 billion to his name. Majority of us are really only one bad year, one medical issue, one lost job away from complete financial ruin. And absolutely none of us are really one good year away from becoming a billionaire. They don't care about you. Don't cape for them. Don't claim them. Don't defend the indefensible.